Spooky season continues in St. Louis and Halloween is a few days away. And people who are new to St. Louis are often confused on Halloween night when they think they have everything ready. They've got their costume, they've got a bowl of candy to hand out, or they've got a plan on which houses to hit for maximum candy potential. But there is one thing they're missing: a joke. They're confused like, what, I need to tell a joke to get candy? And we say, yeah, you gotta earn it. We don't even care if it's a bad joke. So how did this nearly unique tradition of telling jokes on Halloween get tied to St. Louis? Let's find out. Many of you guys might be like me, a native St. Louisan who, when they lived out of state, would be shocked on Halloween when I was like giving out candy for free. No one was telling jokes. But in actuality, this tradition actually did start out of state, in Iowa, as the city of Des Moines, Iowa is seemingly the only other city in the United States that tells jokes on Halloween. You see, before the Second World War, Halloween was much more chaotic than it is today, as it was extremely more common for teenagers to just go rampant throughout American cities, causing property damage through their pranks. This being the trick part of trick or treat. First, it just started off as small, harmless pranks, but every year leading up to the 1940s, it just seemed like the destruction would get worse and worse. This old St. Louis news article shows teenage pranksters on Halloween stealing stuff out of a man's yard, including his gate and his garden bench. And they took all those items and they put them on top of a train that was heading out of the city. According to STLmag.com, on Halloween night, 1938 in Des Moines, Iowa, the police received over 500 calls for things like kids throwing bricks, starting fires, soaping their windows. And as a result, the city of Des Moines created Beggar Night, which occurs every year on the day before Halloween, October 30th. On Beggar Night, kids would go door to door and receive candy if they earned it, by doing things like telling a story, reciting a poem, singing a song, or telling a joke. It is hypothesized that this telling a joke for candy kind of caught on and stuck in St. Louis because the city had such a large Irish population. You see, the Irish would celebrate their own holiday on October 31st called Samhain, which was a Gaelic harvest festival. And it was tradition on this holiday to recite poems in exchange for food. Halloween being on the same day and trying to adopt a more American lifestyle, it seems reasonable to make the jump to telling jokes for some sweet treats. And there you have it. And over 60 years later, the tradition of telling jokes for candy on Halloween is still going strong in St. Louis. And Des Moines, Iowa still celebrates telling jokes on the 30th. So listen to this one. Why is the Gateway Arch so sad? Because it's in a constant state of misery. That's a good one. I'm going to give kids double candy if they tell me that this year. Thank you guys for watching. Check back in for more St. Louis content.